I want to say welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Tony Hollis Live Talk Show Testify. And of course, I wanted to give you all the sound, so I give it to you now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we back. This is the breaking news, at least for me. I want to come to you with some breaking news, but before I get to that, I want to send out a few announcements just real quickly. We'll get to the breaking news, okay? I want to say that I don't even know if I wrote it down. I don't think I did. But there was supposed to be two meetings that's coming up for the city of Blytheville. One of those meetings is supposed to be a police and fire committee meeting. That will take place this coming Tuesday, okay, which will be, I believe, the 12th, September the 12th. There will be a police and fire committee meeting. The purpose of that meeting is to allow citizens to voice their concerns on a upcoming vote as it relates to a vote that will be taken in regards to the Blytheville police chief. I think that vote is a vote of no confidence, trying to have the Blytheville police chief removed. So if you have any concerns, comments, or what have you, then you would want to be at that meeting, the police and fire committee meeting, this Tuesday, September the 12th at 4:00 p.m. I'm thinking they're meeting down at the Blytheville police station in the municipal courtroom. That's normally where they meet. If anything change, I'll come back on and I'll correct it. But I'm thinking that's where they will be meeting. And the following week, that's when they will have the vote at the regular city council meeting. And I want to say that date is September the 19th, I believe. And if I'm wrong, I'll correct that later on. And that meeting, I believe the normal city council meeting start at 6:00 p.m. If it's earlier than that, I'll come back and I'll correct it. So please govern yourself to those two dates. Before I close out the show, I'll come back and I'll talk just probably about 2-3 minutes while they're taking that vote, and then we'll conclude the broadcast, okay? So I want to talk about the breaking news. The breaking news come out of the city of Osceola. I think many of you already know, let me put it up here on my screen, that there was a court action filed against Donnie Ray Pugh. Many of you know that Donnie Ray Pugh, he ran for city council and he won his seat. Sometime after that, I'm trying to find sometime after that, there became I guess a problem, if you will, for Mr. Pugh, where the prosecutor was trying to have Mr. Pugh removed from the seat that he won in that election. Reason being, the prosecutor stated, allegedly stated, that Mr. Pugh, because of a past criminal record, felony record, that happened some 20, 30 years ago, that in itself disqualified Mr. Pugh from running for office. Well, of course, that case was filed on December the 17th, I believe. December the 27th, I believe. And basically, I'm reading it right now. I have the court docket here. Uh, Basically, he filed what is called a petition uh, for a writ of, quote, warranto. Basically, what that is saying is that is asking Mr. Pugh to appear in court to show just reasons or just cause as to why he should remain in his seat. Okay. Again, he filed that suit against action against Mr. Pugh, that writ of quote warranto, and they went back 20 years. And what is so I guess so frustrating for Mr. Pugh, after me speaking with him in this whole court filing, Mr. Pugh had his record sealed. The only question is, who authorized Mr. Pugh's record to be unsealed for this purpose? So that's the $1 million question that need to be answered. Who made that call? Who made that call to have Mr. Pugh, Donnie Pugh, record unsealed? That's why a person has his record sealed, is because they want it to be just that, sealed, for a whole lot of reasons. Mainly, number one, is because that person perhaps may have redeemed him or herself. You know, they done pick up the pieces, and now they becoming engaged and being productive in the community, giving back to the community, or what have you. And so we should we should reward people for redemption and not always want to hang it over their head. Well, someone unsealed Mr. Pugh record, and that person, or the guilty person, or guilty party, or guilty persons, they need to be unveiled. We need to know who were those people that unsealed Mr. Pugh record. Okay? Now, I'm going to, let me change my screen right quick. I want to show you all some things over here, if I may. Trying to go over here to bring up some other stuff that I can show you. There were some things in this court filing that I want to show you all. Just read some things to you. Okay, now, this statute in 2013. In 2013, there was a statute. A person whose record had been sealed has all rights and privileges restored unless otherwise specifically provided by law. Okay? That was the statute then of 2013. Okay? Now, this prosecutor is alleging that, in so many words, don't matter if Mr. Pugh had his record, somewhat sealed in 2018. Now, mind you, Mr. Pugh's record was sealed in 2018. There was another law passed by our state legislators that, I think it was 2019 that this law was passed. In 2019, this law was passed, and it simply stated that a person, at 2019, that's what I'm talking about, who had not had his or her record sealed 2019 and going forward, that you was prohibited from running for office. But Mr. Pugh's record was sealed in 2018. Okay, 2018. And I want to read something. His attorney, Jake Holmes, uh, I tell you, his brief uh, that he filed with the court, he was Mr. Pugh attorney, Jake Holmes is who I'm talking about. Uh, Filed a brilliant, I mean, I tell you, the brief was off the wall, off the chains, as they say. Okay? Now, I want to read you something on page 10 of his filing, which makes a lot of sense. Uh, I'm just about there. Okay? I want to read you all something. And as I say, Jake Holmes, he knocked it out of the park on this one. You hear me? He knocked it out of the park. And I want to just go ahead and show you all something. I'm reading from the court docket, okay? It goes on to say the unsealing of this record could not be done for the limited purpose of this proceeding. Rather, Donnie Pugh would be subjected to the public unsealing of his criminal record. This would be explicitly done so by the public record of this proceeding. This would be done indirectly through the implication, lost my throat, apparent to his constituents as a result of his removal from office, trying to have this man removed. It say all of this would further be done without proper procedure, due process being afforded to Pugh as it relates to the unsealing of his record. Okay? Get this. No notice was afforded to Mr. Pugh as it relates to the unsealing of his record. They just did it. Didn't give him no heads up, knowing that this man is in office. I'm pausing for a minute. This man filed for the office, okay, made himself a candidate, okay? Then it comes down, I believe, to some type of runoff. Again, that was another opportunity for the prosecutor or other parties of interest to make a complaint, if you will. Nothing was said. You got the filing of the initial election, then you have the filing or say the runoff. Nothing said. Only time this became an issue for the prosecutor is when Mr. Pugh prevailed in the runoff, according to the votes. Okay? At this point, the prosecutor filed a litigation against Mr. Pugh, asking him to appear in court to show just cause as to why he should remain in the seat that he won as council member. All right? But again, it say, where I'm at, it say, all of this would further be done without proper procedural due process being afforded to Pugh as it relates to the unsealing of his record. No notice was afforded that this action was being undertaken. Rather, Pugh had no idea that his record would be unsealed until the filing of this petition. If this decision is to stand, an unquantifiable and irreparable amount of harm would fall upon Donnie Ray Pugh with no clear remedy available to him at law. Worst of all, this would all be a direct result of some extrajudicial and unilateral decision made by the state. This cannot be tolerated by our basic notion of justice and of fairness within our society. Therefore, the unsealing of Donnie Ray Pugh record should be excluded from these proceedings, and he should be afforded all other just and equitable relief that this court deemed necessary. Okay? Now, that was pretty much a portion of the brief that was filed by Donnie Ray Pugh, attorney, Jake Holmes. And the decision did come down. I want to find that decision to where the court made its ruling. Just give me 1 minute. In so many words, what the court was saying, I'm going to go to my board and show you something. What the court basically was saying, let me find it. If I can go up there. Go there and let me get out of here. Okay. Trying to get out of here. Let me go up here and get out of here. Okay. Now, what the court was saying, I don't lost. Oh, I see where I'm at. Y'all give me a minute here. I was setting some stuff up earlier and kind of got all out of sequence here. So y'all just give me a minute. Trying to go back to my original page. Okay. All right. So let me just do it like this. Okay. Now here we go. Now I want to show you all something. The initial law that the prosecutor was relying on. I want to show you that. Okay. Let me show it to you right now. Now, I want to say initially, this was the state law that the prosecutor was relying on. This law right here actually prohibit those individuals to seek office who have not had their record sealed. Okay, I want to say that this statute, I want to say, I don't know if it was enacted in, let me see, yeah, in 2019. Okay, this statute was not passed, became law until 2019. This was the very statute that the prosecutor was using in support of bringing this action against Mr. Pugh. This is the statute that he was relying on, okay? The only thing is, this statute was not adopted until 2019. Mr. Pugh's record was expunged, or say sealed, excuse me. His record was sealed in 2018. So the other law that Mr. Pugh is relying on, which is this law right here, Arkansas Statute 16, what's that, 1690, 14, 17. And I want to read that to you, if I may. Well, actually, this law right here, it restores such rights, okay? It restores all the rights of Mr. Pugh, okay? And these rights should not be taken away in regards to his privilege, eligibility, or qualification already vested pursuant to the law in itself, okay? And the prosecutor should not rely on one law to supersede another law. He tried to make this law retroactive. In other words, he tried to go back and hold Mr. Pugh accountable for a criminal act which there was a law already in place that allowed Mr. Pugh to have his record sealed. So the prosecutor cannot rely on a most recent law that was passed in 2019 to supersede a law that benefit Mr. Pugh in 2018 when he had his record expunged. There's a name for that, and it's called ex post facto. that violates the Constitution. That's exactly what this prosecutor was doing. This would have been a clear violation of the Constitution in itself. In other words, this law specifically states is that you cannot pass, and I'm keeping it simple. You can't pass one law to supersede another law. In other words, we're talking about criminal behavior, to where that particular person, number one, has already served his or her sentence, if you will. And after serving that sentence, he or she had their record sealed. The prosecutor has no power to go back and undo that, because a most recent law was passed in 2019. I think he knew that. I don't think the prosecutor is dumb. I think he knew that. The only question, why did he waste taxpayers' money going after Mr. Pugh when he know that there was no there? I really do believe he knew that he had a snowball chance in hell of winning this case. Or it could have been a she. I keep saying he. I don't know if it's a, I know it started out with a he, and then I'm told that there was a lady prosecutor who took over the case, or was replaced, or replaced the initial prosecutor. I don't know if they work in the same office or what. But it was two prosecutors, one being a man and another one being a woman. Okay? I think it was, I don't know if it was it Jeremy Thomas and Jessica Thomas, I believe. I'll go back and correct I'll correct the record if I have to. But that's, so what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Why do you think the prosecutor did what he did? I don't know if he was the guilty party that unsealed the record, but I do know, him being an attorney, I think he knew he had no chance of winning this case. So why did he use up taxpayers' money, resources, or what have you, filing a case that he know that it wasn't going nowhere? Caused Mr. Pugh to spend money for an attorney. I imagine Mr. Pugh might went through some type of very stressful days, if you will, you know, not knowing what the outcome would be. And speaking with Mr. Pugh, I think there was even a case to where, not case, but some back and forth between the attorneys, somewhat trying to twist Mr. Pugh's arm, stating that, you know, in so many words, you know, let this thing go, you know, just go ahead and give the seat up, and I might not prosecute you. Accusing Mr. Pugh of knowingly committing a crime. That was wrong. That was very wrong. So, how many other people perhaps have been treated like this? Are there any other people out there who have had their record sealed and the prosecutor, I'm not saying this prosecutor did, I'm just saying prosecutor, a prosecutor or others went and had your record unsealed without just cause? Why? Was it political? What was the reason? In any case, Mr. Pugh did prevail. I don't know if there will be an appeal in this case. Sometimes prosecutors, they get into their feelings, you know, don't like to lose, and might very well file an appeal. You know, we'll wait and we'll see. Shall the prosecutor do file an appeal? I will come and bring you that filing right here on Testify. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and go to my board. For any of you, I might have my phone service hooked up to Testify. So if you want to call in your comment, you very well can do that. You see it screening across my above my head there, scrolling across the top of my head. The number 870-740-1515. Testify. You can call in. All right. Now let me go to my board here. I see 3 people here. We got that's Miss Karen Lomat. She's just speaking. How you doing there, Miss Lomat? We have Brother Steele. How you doing? We have Miss Luster. How you doing? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's basically all I have that I wanted to bring you, this breaking news on this particular case as it relates to City Councilman Donnie Ray Pugh. Fortunately, he will remain in his seat, and I want to be perfectly clear. You know, I'll have no dog in this fight. I mean, this was an election that was held. Mr. Pugh, opponent, I tell you, I consider him a good friend. I was just as glad when he won back here the last election. I think that was a redo. And so both of these gentlemen are friends of mine, Mr. Pugh and Mr. Williams. And, you know, I think the world of them both. I just don't like the dirty politicking that went on as they went after Mr. Pugh. They really punished this man, you know, caused this man to spend money, knowing that this case was going nowhere, unsealed his record. They tried to embarrass this man. Okay? That was wrong. And whoever unsealed Mr. Pugh's record and was not authorized legally to do so, then that person must be dealt with by the court. I don't see any other comments. You know, you all, I told you that I was going to wrap this thing up with speaking on the vote that's coming up in Blytheville as it relates to Blytheville Police Chief, where a vote of no confidence will be taken on September the 19th here at the municipal courthouse, I believe. They may move it to the Ritz Auditorium like they did the last time, if they consider it being a big turnout, which I'm pretty sure it will. So just keep in mind, September the 19th, the meeting may be moved downtown to the Ritz. But this come Tuesday, September the 12th, they will have a police and fire committee meeting for you to come voice your concern on this very topic, the vote of no confidence in the police chief. So I'm going to wrap this thing up. I don't see any other comments over here. And in closing on the police chief, I want to say this here, is that many of you know for many years that I have attempted to have the police chief. How you doing there, Pastor Clay? I know many of you know that I have attempted to have, let me get this off. I'm just study got stuff up here. That I have attempted to have the chief removed. I think I might have tried 2 or 3 times. Came up short on all of them. So I've been very on top of this issue over the years. And the reason myself, that is, has been strictly to the job performance of Chief Thompson. Over the years, I've found myself to work with the chief where there's areas to work, even the mayor, the ex-mayor that is. You know, whenever there's a cause or necessary to work with them, I work with them. Whenever there's a need to give them credit, I give that credit to them. I have done that. Okay? So this is about the job performance of the chief of police, Ross Thompson. This has nothing to do with personality issues, at least certainly not from me. But I think the people deserve better. As an advocate over the years, I've pumped in hundreds of hours as it relates to civil and social justice in the community over the years. I pumped in hundreds, if not thousands, of hours into the community. Okay? I have earned this right to opine on this vote that's coming up. All right? This is not personal. This is business. This is about Chief Thompson job performance. I'm not going to get into it tonight, but I will be coming back to you before the vote is taken, and I will begin to lay out the case, showing you why I believe back then, up until present, why I believe that the city of Blytheville need to go a different direction based on past and present job performance of the police chief. The city council, I think I speak for them as well. You know, I don't know who gonna vote yea and who gonna vote nay. But for anyone that is voting yes, I would think those council members also will be voting their conscience in terms of the job performance of the police chief. Now, if we can stay with job performance of the police chief and those who saying, what is Tony talking about? Well, I tell you, I don't want to talk about nothing else. Personality issues, likability issues. But if you want to discuss and make your case as it relates to the job performance of Chief Ross Thompson, you and I can go at it. We can go at it. I think I can make the case of why I believe that the citizens of Blytheville, it's time for a change. It's time to go another direction. So anyone who wants to challenge me on subject matter, substance, not that bull, not that crap, but if you believe you have substance and you believe that your substance, you can make that case as to why Chief Thompson should remain as chief, I say to you, bring it on. And I'll leave it at that. Well, and I will say the city has been good to Chief Thompson. Probably one of the longest, if not the longest, serving chief of police for Blytheville, Arkansas. I think just about anything that this present chief has asked it of the council, even at times when they might not want to have given it to him, especially as it relates to the budget. But nevertheless, the council members always approve the budget that Chief Thompson present. So the city has been good to the chief. So this is about business. We know how to conduct business. You know, we're not about all that. You know, folks come with attitudes. You know, come to you like they've been sucking on lemons. Those folks right there, I don't want to see you. Now, if you are an intelligent mind and you coming in the right character, and you and I can agree to disagree, I can talk with you. But you folks that ain't got no common sense whatsoever, y'all just keep it moving. I mean, I don't want to talk with you. I mean, because number one, I don't think I can talk to you. You being in the mindset and having the character that you have, and so I'm not going to even attempt to speak to you. But you individuals, although we're on opposite sides of the track, and you are of intelligent mind, I'll speak with you. Okay? So that's pretty much all I have, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you all for tuning in. Again, I want to say congratulations to Mr. Donnie Pugh of Osceola. Look like he will retain his seat as city council member of Osceola. And again, whoever was the devious, corrupt person or persons who unlawfully unsealed Mr. Donnie Pugh seal record, those people need to be dealt with accordingly. That was wrong and very well might have been illegal. Okay? So I'm gonna see who this one comment is up here, and then we have no calls, what have you, and we gonna go ahead and conclude this broadcast. Look like we get Ms. That's Sister Davis. Great news. Best wishes, Councilman Pugh. That's Sister Davis sending out congrats to Mr. Pugh as well. And I'm pretty sure, like myself, she know both men of Osceola. Both men are considered respectable in the community, given to their community, being a participant in their community. And so my heads to both men, okay? All right? So that's all I have, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to look and see if I've had any other comments or anything that I need to try to go through down here. I'm trying to search my notes right now to see if there's anything down here, but I don't know. I don't think I got nothing else down here. I think that's it. But again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say that it's been great. You all sitting with me. My season is about to come to an end. Would you believe that season 4 is finna come to an end? I normally conclude my the testify. The season normally concludes, wrap it up on the right after Christmas, or right before Christmas, excuse me. I want to say right before Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving, but I will be going off and won't come back up until March of that following year. And so if you wish to make yourself a guest on the Tony Hollis Live talk show, Testify, then please do show up, okay? Do show up and make yourself a guest. And I want to say this here. There's also been comments that, people are going on other platforms speaking in regards to whether they support a particular candidate or not support a particular candidate or official or what have you. You know what I say to them? I say, well, so what you gonna do about that? As I say, my platform is the people platform. You can't get mad at nobody else because they go and wants to make themselves a guest to relay their message to the public. They doing what they have to do, and I commend them for doing that. So what I say to you is that quit talking, quit worrying about it. If you want a platform, and I'm going to be fair with you, but I'm not going to beg you, but I will say this here. If you want to appear on the Tony Hollis Live talk show, Testify, shoot me a text, shoot me a message, email, telephone, or what have you. I will get back with you. I will meet with you if I have to. I will review your information. We'll talk. And if all goes well, we'll make it happen. You'll be the next guest on the Tony Hollis Live talk show, Testify. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting ready to go ahead and conclude this show. I'm trying to find my, I got so much stuff over here on my interface there. I got to learn how to work it. But anyway, I'm getting ready to close this thing out. And I want to say, may you all come back and catch me again next week on the Tony Hollis Live talk show, Testify. And of course, I will be bringing you some more issues as it relates to the shooting of Kevion Jones in Osceola, Arkansas. And please, let's keep the young lady in prayer who lost her life, okay? Please keep her in prayer. I understand that she left children as well. So please send your prayers out. And I want to say, until the next time, I love you. God bless. Peace and love. And good night.